Have you ever felt like you couldn't trust yourself anymore after your trauma? Maybe your body doesn't feel the same, or maybe your mind doesn't feel unreliable, or can't feel right or wrong anymore, or unsure what to do. I know what you feel. I lived it after my trauma, my stroke, and the first thing that we often lose is trust. Trust your bodies, trust our minds. Even sometimes you don't trust anyone anymore. And today I want to share with you how to rebuild it. And hi, I'm Emily, and I'm an empowered coach, a stroke survivor and thriver, and someone who's been through it, living with aphasia. And so I created something called the Thriver Roadmap. I offered it to you before, just one sheet, and to help you and me to heal emotionally after trauma and brain injury, because I've been through it and I'm still working on it. It's taken me years of trial and error, and I know how it feels like you are overwhelmed, confused, or unsure where to start. And if you figured yourself out for how to heal that, let me know, because I always like to learn. But I'm gonna share what I learned, so your journey will be a little lighter for you. So each letter in Thriver stands for a part of the healing process. T for trust, H for health and wellness, R for relationships, I for independence, V for vocation or growth, E for engagement, for community, and R for resilience, or riding the waves. Today we're going to begin with the first step, T for trust. After trauma, trust is often the first thing we lose, and you might stop trusting your body, you might stop trusting your brain, you might even stop trusting the people around you. But healing begins with we gently rebuild the sense of safety. Safety is first, and that begins with trust, especially trusting yourself. There was a time I couldn't trust myself about anything. Not my body, my thoughts, even with my ability to speak. In the early days of my stroke, I couldn't speak at all. And I was just figuring out what happened to me. I don't understand stroke, what it is. It took a month to understand it. I thought stroke was for old people, so I didn't worry about that, but it happened. And I felt very confused why that happened to me, frustrated and stuck inside myself, because I don't know, I'm figuring out what happened. But slowly and quietly, I began to say something to myself in my mind, because I couldn't express out loud. Is this is how I speak now, and that's okay. That was a turning point, and I stopped expecting perfection. My natural tendency is I'm a perfectionist, but I let go a lot of things, and live with the gray instead of the white or black. I started practicing compassion for myself, and because people around me, as 18-year-old friends, they couldn't understand what, as a aphasia survivor, they couldn't understand what's going on with me, and I didn't know what it was either. It was trying to all figure it out, and that I learned that I wasn't broken. There was nothing wrong with me. I just meant I had to trust myself first. For me, rebuilding trust started with small habits. Sometimes I write down the things I wanted to do the night before or the morning of, and if I follow through, even just small thing, I felt like a win. And that helped me to trust myself again. And yeah, sometimes I'll skip some things. Sometimes I didn't want to feel like I didn't want to, but that's okay. I go back on the schedule um, one thing at a time, and add habits upon habits. And because trust isn't being about perfect, it's about being gentle and consistent with yourself. And even if things don't go as planned, that's at the beginning from the stroke. I want to know what's going on the day before, because I like that as well. I don't know why. As especially a family, so I'll be prepared beforehand, but I had to let go, and I'll just expect the unexpected. So I had a life coach about 3 years ago, and he taught me a really profound thing that stayed with me, and I just want to share it with you. So the story was, he was about 20 with a friend. He and a friend were living in Europe, and he and the friend were talking about how to improve and build on the ladder, and trying to improve your lives. And someone overheard, and that person was like a wise old man, and he said, I love it. So he said, you Americans, you're always trying to go up to the ladder, always climbing, improving, fixing, but life isn't a ladder. Life is a wheel. So that really landed for me, because the wheel turns always. And like your life, there's no time that actually stops. And sometimes when you're top of the wheel, everything's flowing, life is good, everything is cruising along, and the road is smooth, the path is easy. And when that happens, that's really important to pause and really feel it and take that joy. Notice how light your body feels, and notice how much easier to trust yourself in those moments. Because when life gets muddy or sticky, when the wheel turns and you hit a harder patch, it can be heavy, and you might start to doubt everything. But the key is, remember the smooth parts. You've felt peace before. You felt that clarity. And that means you're not, just because you're not there right now, doesn't mean you're not moving forward. The wheel keeps turning, and the stuckiness won't last forever. Even the difficult moments, you can choose to trust yourself by holding on to that feeling you had before. That's what trust self really is. Not just feeling confident when life is easy, but reaching for the memory of the goodness when things are hard. And remembering that memory guide your attitude, your choices, and your healing. That's the kind of trust you're building here. Gentle, cyclical, and real. You don't have to be perfect. You just keep showing up for yourself. Here are the 5 simple things that help me, and it might help you too. Number 1, do one small thing you planned. Whether you're brushing your teeth, drinking water, or writing something down. Follow through on just one small step. 2, speak kindly to yourself. Even if it's just one phrase a day, and you can do different things a day. Like, I'm doing my best. I trust that I'll get through this. Or this hard time is for me to learn, not to me as a victim, 3, let go of perfection. Trust grows in imperfection. You don't need to get everything right. You just need to stay compassionate. And 4, Remember a good moment. Even when things feel stuck, reflect on a time you felt peace. Let that feeling guide you forward. Number 5, write down your wins. Track what's going right, no matter how small. It's easier to trust yourself when you see on your own strength on paper. Like write down your wins or your things you're grateful for. I love that too. And I want to say something honest with you. Obviously, I haven't been making videos often, and I'm in the process too. I'm still rebuilding myself, rebuilding trust with myself after many years in my life. Other things happen to me, I think life that happens, and some are really heavy and muddy. It's a cycle, Life was good. Sometimes I'm so happy and a good peace, but then something happens to me, and it gets heavy and muddy, and I realize if I'll ever find the smooth road again. Part of my journey is I'm leaving behind old beliefs, and that gave me certainty, but it's not anymore. It's not that easy, but in the middle of it, I know in my past, I came out of the wheel when the muddy part, and it went through it, and it became smooth again. And because I know I'm okay even in the mud, and it's okay when you're in the process. It's okay to not have it all figured out yet. And I just want to share it with you because I know some videos are not the best. Like this one, I'm kind of a little awkward, and that's okay. And some weeks I'm going to be quiet because I'm still tending with my own healing. But I want you to know I'm here for the long haul. I will not going to disappear. I'm walking this road with you, wheel turning and all. So together we'll learn how to trust yourselves even in the messy parts. And I figured out one thing recently that, life, I've been so serious for a long time to relearn to speak again and relearn how to walk, and figured out have a job that at least provide a little bit for myself. But now I realize life is so short. I'm coming up on the top of the wheel right now. I figured out life is good half the time. And so I figured out, life is short, and I want to figure out what I enjoy, like going to movies, enjoying live music. And for me, I figured out what I like, and I'm discovering things I don't like, and so it's like I'm dating with myself. So trust is a practice, and it's not about getting right all the time. It's about showing up with love and patience and compassionate for yourself. And I already made a meditation a couple weeks ago for trust, and I'm gonna make a hypnosis recording in a week about trust again. And so each letter, in Thriver, I'm gonna give meditation and hypnosis, because the mind is so amazing that you can learn while resting. You can learn how to change your mindset, just changing your thoughts. So I'm just giving you some if you need it. I love meditation and hypnosis that changed my life, that helped that for me, because it's really hard to work. Well, anything you do as aphasia is so much work to understand it and then do the work. It's just meditation or hypnosis. I can actually rest or asleep. When you start falling asleep, it's the best time to rewire your mind and rewire your body. Yeah, so thank you for being here with me today. And if this message spoke to you, I'd love to subscribe to my channel, or just follow along with the next video in this Thriver series. There's links in the description below where you can sign up for the meditation or hypnosis recording individually, or book a call with me if you want to do one-on-one support. And yeah, so you're doing beautifully. You are healing, and you are a thriver. And just remember, I believe in you. You got this. So keep moving forward one step at a time.